Hello, in this video I want to talk about the real cost of divorce, and I want to talk about understanding why it's made so hard, why it's so important not to react, and so important to emotionally divorce from them, and why emotionally divorcing from them will help you break away quicker. Hello, my name's Elizabeth Goddard from the Divorce Sanctuary, and on this channel I talk about healing from emotional abuse and divorcing both physically and emotionally from the emotional abuser. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you press the little notification bell, you will be notified each time I upload a video. Normally I upload a video about divorce on a Monday and about emotional abuse on a Thursday. If you're returning to the channel, thank you so much and welcome back. And for all my new subscribers over the last few weeks, thank you so much. It is amazing. It just helps me get the word out a little bit further each time for each person that subscribes. So thank you so much. So what is the real cost of divorce? So once upon a time, a lifetime ago, in a faraway land, there were a couple who were so in love. Everybody they knew was so happy for them. It was the fairy tale come true, until one day it wasn't. The foundations had crumbled and the fairy tale came to an abrupt ending, and this Prince Charming's mask had dropped and the fairy tale turned into a nightmare. You've been left broke and broken, picking up the pieces. You now have to fight your way out of the dark forest and back to safety. You might have left a trail of breadcrumbs and have been able to follow that out. The nightmare is coming to an end. You no longer wake up fighting them off or crying yourself to sleep or waking up crying. And you might even start laughing a little. But just as you're starting to rebuild your life, the sequel arrives, the divorce. Virtually nobody comes out of a divorce untouched. From children through to friends and family, there is always a cost. And it's not only financial. There's a cost to the children. There's a cost of emotional pain. I'm going to put a link to my video, Why They Hide Information in Emails. You might have lost everything. You might find that you're left with debts, or you're discovering the person you believed you were married to doesn't actually exist. Why is it so hard to divorce? The divorce process in the UK is now centralised, but the only consideration you need to factor in is why you're divorcing. Emotionally healthy people will find the process easy to work with. Emotionally unhealthy people might not. The grounds for divorce vary, but they include adultery, unreasonable behaviour, and separation. Emotionally healthy people argue. It could be stresses at work or dealing with some form of loss. But they are able to work through this with help from the other person. Emotionally unhealthy people argue as well, but their exchanges might turn into belittling behaviour and character assassination, sulking or storming off, and using the argument as an excuse to get supply from a third party. Emotionally healthy people aren't interested in controlling their partner. They aren't saints. They do make mistakes, but they are able to work through those mistakes with the help of their partner and balance their behaviour. So they might find a habit annoying, but they're able to balance that with all the good things about that person that they love. Emotionally healthy people, as I said, make mistakes and their marriages do break down. And they do have affairs. They may try and work through this, but realise at the end that the hurt party can't move on, and they then separate and divorce. They grow apart, or they might decide that marriage isn't for them. Emotionally healthy people want to ensure the other party gets closure, and they will do everything in their power to split everything equally, knowing how important it is for both of them. Emotionally unhealthy people can't do that. Manipulation is a tool that they use regularly, and you will have experienced this in your relationship. Abusers are masters of manipulation. They use words to deceive, to coerce, to seduce, and to mislead you, to gain power and control. It doesn't matter who wants the divorce, the emotional abuser will assess what value it holds to them and then will use the process. They will use it to gain power and control over you, and they know how much supply they will get from it. If you want to fight for what's legally yours, they will respond through manipulation. If you make an offer, this will be seen as you trying to take control. In the relationship, what was yours was theirs, and what was theirs was theirs. And this will carry over into the divorce process. They can't take responsibility, therefore this is all your fault. If they had an affair, it was because of you. And they use their bad behaviour and flip it around to something that you did to them. There is a whole new level of mindfuckery that goes on. If you want the divorce, they will delay it, sitting on paperwork and not agreeing to anything. They will hide assets, fabricate allegations. Anything they did to you becomes what you did to them. They'll dispute experts, and they don't want you to get any legal help. They'll smear your character. You'll read things about yourself that are completely untrue. They need to be in control. They will not give you what you want. And there are only two things that are guiding this process. It's the amount of supply that they can gain from it and the amount of power and control they have over the process. They don't care what happens to you or to your finances during the process, or the effect it has on the children. The fact that the money you are using to pay for representation could go towards your children having a better quality of life. It has no effect on them. They will pull on their victim mask and manipulate. The divorce process is not hard, it is made harder. They need to win at any cost, and this will be financially, but it also could be mentally and emotionally. They don't care about you. They just care about what they get out of this process. They've already decided what you're worth to them, or what they can take, depending on where the financial balance is. In their minds, this is a foregone conclusion. All they have to do is manipulate the process and they will win. So they use smoke and mirrors, creating an illusion. Everything they do will be purposeful and designed to trigger you. This helps them as they're able to point out to the people around them, their enablers, why they needed to leave or why the relationship broke down. And the emotions that you're experiencing are due to the trauma bonds that were created. I'll post a link to the video I recorded on why it's so difficult to walk away from the abuser. They'll manipulate every step of the process. They'll tell you that it's all your fault. They'll make you question yourself. They'll hide everything, and they will time everything for more impact. Claim back your power. Divorce them emotionally, and you can't be hurt as much. You won't be their target. They will get bored and move on. It might delay the process because you're not reacting, means that there's no better quality supply from this. It won't get their full attention, but that might be a small sacrifice. It's also worth remembering that if you want the divorce, they will stall the process, and if you don't, they will push it through. Trust your intuition. Find a tribe who know how to support you through this. Set boundaries and stick to them. Check in with yourself and ask yourself how you're feeling and if this is what you really want. The real cost of divorce is to your mental and emotional, physical and spiritual health, and that of your children, if you have them, on top of the financial impact. I hope you found this video useful. If you'd like to find out more ways of working with me, I'll put the links below in the description. Also put the links to both my books, Finding Lily and The A to Z of Emotional Abuse. And I'll put the links to 2 workbooks, From Broke to Broken, Being Your Superpower, and a self-care workbook that you can download. Both are free. You can also join me over on Facebook in the Divorce Sanctuary. We talk about emotional abuse and supporting the support through the divorce process. I'm sending you loads and loads and loads of love.